Your host, JC Tevez.
Hey Monsters, good evening. JC Tevez here with you for more hot conversations here on Heard on Thursdays, the iconic show that made FM radio talk, only on Manila's hottest Monster RX93.1. So if you can guess from the background music, you know what we're talking about tonight. Now more than ever, we need a break from reality and escape into a nicer world where there are creatures to catch, but more predictably than you know what in our present reality. Well, when Niantic launched Pokemon Go in 2016, it immediately became one of the most successful mobile games of all time. It broke records, including fastest to earn $100 million and most downloaded in its first month of release. Perhaps it's no longer the global phenomenon that it was in 2016, but the phenomenon goes on and on. The game remains incredibly popular, yes, even surviving this pandemic. It's not just a kid's game, mind you. What makes it special is it's innovative, award-winning gameplay mechanics that use augmented reality or AR technology. AR superimposes computer-generated information over your physical surroundings. Billy Lutz is here tonight to join us and test our virtual creature real-world location connection here. Tonight we have three Pokemon Go players who have mastered the game, are still constantly on the go, and are loving every step and stop along the way. Heard on Thursdays, we have straight from Florida, Pokemon Go YouTuber Billy Lutz, better known as the Trainer Club, and of course, our very own Chico Garcia and Markki Stroem of the Morning Rush joining us tonight because they need to tell me all about Pokemon Go. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Doing great, man. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. And first and foremost, I know you've met Markki before, but this is Chico Garcia. He's legendary.
He's the legendary.
Legendary.
What's going on, Chico?
No, actually, I am the biggest apostle of the Trainer Club. You can ask Markki. During every event, I'm always like, no, the Trainer
That's
Club
wrong.
says we're
Trainer
supposed
Club
to do it
says
this way.
otherwise, and I'm like, what? And then I realized, oh my gosh, Trainer Club is correct. Good thing you watched, you know what he had to say. And what's interesting is I did a little research a while ago, and I watched a few of his videos, and there were a lot of things I learned. So many cool things, like the whole AR thing for quick catches, to check for shinies. So many cool new things that I learned from his videos. So you guys should check it out. So
all right, so Billy, we know. I mean, I know what Chico and Markki have been up to since I've been talking to them, occasionally throughout this pandemic. But Billy, besides Pokemon Go, I always ask my guests here, what have you been up to? Are you doing anything fun besides Pokemon? Are you watching any new shows? What's going on in your life currently?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, I mean, Pokemon Go is my full-time gig. So that definitely is intertwined between everything I do. But I have been in Miami Beach for the last 2 months. So I've been in the ocean a lot. So that's what I've been up to. I helped my parents and family move out from Chicago to Oregon, and it was just freezing cold out there. And I was like, I appreciate you guys. I can't get my car out. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a plane to Miami Beach. So the beach has been my safe space right now.
Markki's always shirtless everywhere he goes, and he's always had
yeah, because we got beaches everywhere here, right? We don't really have much of a mountain range, so that's all we can really do. Go down to the beach, go
been out to... Oh, go ahead, Markki. Sorry.
Yeah, have you been out to the beach, Billy?
Which the beach in general? I mean, yeah, I'm looking at the beach right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Billy, ever?
Say that one again.
Have you ever been to the Philippines? The beaches in the Philippines?
I would love to go there, though.
Okay, so Billy, let's talk about Pokemon Go, the game itself. It came out in 2016. As of now, do you know how many, give or take, active players there are versus maybe when it first came out? Because I remember when it first came out, everyone in the office, everyone in the streets, they were huddled around, gyms and whatnot. What is the player base like at the moment?
Honestly speaking, as far as number ranges go, I'm not 100% positive, but obviously when it first came out, there was a massive boom, right? And people that didn't even know or care about Pokemon played it. And unfortunately, at that time, like I don't think that anybody realized how big the game was. So the game actually couldn't handle that many people being on there, and I feel like it lost quite a bit of like potentially new users. But as far as what I see, is like it spiked, it dropped after all like the glitches in the game, but they've been steadily increasing that. So as far as like a raw number count go, I'm not 100% certain on that one, but the more time goes on and the better they implement the game and the more features they improve upon and the more functionality there is, I constantly see just more and more people just getting either back into the game or new users coming into the game. So if I were to guess, maybe like 30% of the initial spike, and the initial spike was massive. So that's probably where I would be at right now.
Mm-hmm. Chico and Markki, when did you guys start playing the game? Because I remember I didn't know Markki in 2016. Markki, did you start when it came out, 2016?
Yeah, I actually never stopped. I kept going. Well, I kind of stopped right before the launch of Ditto, so I had like a 2-month rest. And then once Gen 2 came out and raiding came out, I just kept playing, and that's how I recruited Chico. I saw him raiding a Raikou, one of the legendary dogs in Eastwood, and I kidnapped him. I took him in the car with me, and I brought him to another like town. And he's like, "What am I doing?" I'm like, "Am I in a right frame of mind to be going with this random person?" I know I've worked with him before, but I don't know how this. Like, Chico, explain to them how it happened.
Yeah, because like a lot of people, I started on the very first day, as in the day it was launched. I started playing, and but I have to say, after like I don't know, maybe 6 months, I stopped because I kind of like I don't know. I guess it just kind of like just petered away, and then by the time I opened it again, there were raids, and I was like, "What's going on? Why are there like raids? How do you do this?" And then it says you need 20 people, and then I was like, where will I find 20 people to raid with me? So that's when I realized that you had to have like a community with you. So that's when I met the other people, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is how you raid. You need other people to go with you.
Yeah, and his first Raikou was 100. It was a perfect Pokemon, which is like the best kind that you can get. So, and he was like just throwing the ball, right? Just throwing it at the Raikou, and I was like, "What are you doing? You only have 7 balls." Because at the time, there were only a few balls given. So I took the phone from him and I started throwing the balls, and then that's when he started getting addicted. Yeah, and I think that's when I hooked him into the game.
Okay, all right. So Billy, Markki explained that he kidnapped Chico and took him, and then Chico has explained that sometimes you need multiple players to play the game. So as the resident expert, and you have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to helping Pokemon Go players, can you, for someone who hasn't played the game since maybe the first iteration of it, or for someone who's never picked up the game, how do you work with all these people? How does it all come together? How does it become a community, so to speak?
Yeah, so if we just rewind it back to when the game first started, so like the only thing that was really in the game was just catching Pokemon. So after you catch Pokemon, I feel like that's when like all of the glamour kind of fizzling out. And then GoFest 2017 is when they introduced raids, like they were talking about. And so the cool thing about Pokemon Go, what strikes me the most and what keeps my dedication, my focus on the game is that like in order for you to do something in Pokemon Go, you actually have to walk your person most of the time, except for like a couple of the new features, to that place to go get that thing. So it's like instead of you just looking at a screen and using a joystick, it's like, oh, I see there's a Pokemon like at that real life place because there's pictures in the game that says, hey, there's a Pokemon at that place. So I know if I have to get there, I have to walk there. So back to the rating system there's Pokestops and there's gyms. So gyms is where you can put your Pokemon in, and then they can also spawn a legendary Pokemon, which is like the strongest Pokemon in the game. In order for you to take that Pokemon down, you need multiple people. So up until 2020, mid 2020-ish, we didn't have remote rating. So remote rating is we can basically like jump into a gym from anywhere now.
Invitations from home.
Yeah, from home. You can play from home, which has been a blessing of a feature. I absolutely love it. But externally of that, if I wanted to do that raid, I would have to walk over there. And since I walk over there and there's a popular raid there, I'm basically looking for other people in that area that play Pokemon Go. So that's basically how it works. So it's a very environmentally engaging game because if there's something rare somewhere and somebody else is playing Pokemon Go, there's a good chance that you'll either meet that person or you'll just know that that person's playing in that vicinity of where you're at.
Also,
it makes it a very
it's a lot more expensive.
The remotes
has made it so much more expensive because you can't buy them in bundles. You can like in bundles of 3, but you can't buy them in boxes like in an Ultra box where everything is bundled into one with lucky eggs and all sorts of different other items.
right.
So that's why it adds up.
I see. So there is a monetary aspect, which I think we can discuss in a bit regarding the game of Pokemon Go. But first and foremost, Billy, you have a YouTube channel. It's got more than 236,000 subscribers, which I'm assuming are all players of the game or who want to get better at the game. We even have some commenters, some listeners here in the Philippines who are commenting on Facebook. You might be able to see it on your screen right now.
I do. I see it. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Of people who watch your videos all the way from this side of the globe. So
cool.
First, let's talk about the history of that channel. What made you want to start it?
Sure.
Were you always a Pokemon player? Did you play Red and Blue on Game Boy, for example? That's the history of my Pokemon playing career.
Yeah.
It's Red and Blue on the original Game Boy.
Sure. Yeah, I actually did play Red and Blue. So that was Red and Blue, and the trading card game is where I started out. I'm just an obsessive personality type person. So when I get like obsessed with something, like I have to be cautious of what I'm getting obsessed with because it can definitely dominate my life. So Red and Blue played. I remember I played so much Red and Blue. Like I would walk on my Game Boy on the way home from school and we would just play. And like I played so much one day that I like physically got sick from just looking at the screen so much. So that's like how much Pokemon I played. And then after that, I just got obsessed with skateboarding. So Pokemon kind of died out for me after Gen 1. And it didn't really get reignited again until Pokemon Go came out. And I was actually, I've done clothing as well as part of the things I do. And we were making clothing for a game called Smite. And Smite is like a 5v5 battleground of the gods where you can be like Zeus, Hades. It's really cool game, amazing artwork. So we were making clothing for that company. And we got affiliated with some of the Smosh people. And so I was following them on Instagram. And I was like, why are there people posting like Caterpies and Weedles in their beds on Instagram? I was like, this doesn't make. I was like, I think it's like just a cute like photo game, like app that you could just like take a photo of your Pokemon and your surroundings. And then my buddy's like, have you downloaded Pokemon Go yet? And I was like, no. I was like, what is that? And he's like, it's this game. You should check it out. So I was like, dude, I cannot download that because I know if I do download that, I'm going to get obsessed. So here we are 4.5 years later, and I'm still obsessed with the game. So, I downloaded it. And then, like, I didn't even know people did Pokemon Go YouTube. Like, that was never even a thought. I didn't know anything about it. I played for a year and a half before my buddy that I met from the rating system, because when the raids all came out, then everybody's like, okay, we actually have to work as a team to do this because you can't beat these bosses by yourself, especially, well, not all of them, but the top tier ones, the ones that most people actually want, you can't. And met him and he's like, oh yeah, Pokemon Go. Like, I follow a couple guys on YouTube. They do Pokemon Go. And I was like, what? I was like, people, what do you even mean by that? And so then I checked it out. And so like, I checked out some of the original Pokemon Go YouTubers that are still doing it, like Zoe, Holly, Trainer Tips, Nick, Mystic 7, Brandon. And I was like, oh my gosh, like people actually do this. And at the time I got really good. Like Markki talked about that Chico had the 100% IV raid boss, right? And so I got really good at catching those Pokemon. And people in my area would know me as like, hey, if you have this Pokemon and Billy's around, let him catch it because there's like a 98% he's going to catch that Pokemon for you. So then like once I started YouTube, yeah. What?
So you became like the Ash Ketchum of Pokemon Go in a way. I don't know if that's an old reference. That's the only trainer that I know, but he's the hero of the show, so I'm guessing.
No, he's still the hero. He's still 10 years old until today.
You drank the elixir.
They looked at you as the Pokemon trainer to go to when it came to catching Pokemon that they wanted.
Yeah, in my local community of Smyrna, Georgia. So it's like a suburb, like just 10 minutes north of Atlanta. And so that's what I would do. I would just catch people's raid bosses. And so then like I heard about the YouTube and I saw the vlogging and I like didn't have confidence that I could do that. But I was like, I know that like if I could integrate how to show people how I catch these raid bosses and I could provide that much value to people, then people would probably find interest in my channel if I could help them out with some of the tips that we did, because there was a lot of hardcore players in Atlanta for whatever reason, like super hardcore players. So that's how I started. Like, okay, if I can show them how I hit excellent throws on raid bosses, I think that I could help a lot of people. And that's basically how I started the trainer club.
Great. I see. I mean, I saw Chico nodding his head, which I assume Chico, you must go on YouTube and watch all these videos. I know you love going online watching, YouTube clips or, for your show. But when it comes to Pokemon Go, did you learn a lot from the Trainer Club and other Pokemon Go YouTubers?
Yeah. I used to watch no shade, but another YouTube vlogger. It's just that after I started watching the Trainer Club, I sort of got everything that I needed, because you get all the information, so there's no need to hear the same thing over and over again. So I end up watching the Trainer Club all the time, and Markki knows this. Sometimes 30 minutes before community day, I'm like, wait, I have to watch the Trainer Club first, so that I have all of my information, and yeah. And can I just ask Billy one thing though?
Yeah.
I had to Google what your actual name was, because we know you as the Trainer Club.
Trainer Club.
So how does it work? Do people go, "Hi, the Trainer Club," because you don't know your name?
I feel like the more people watch my content, the more they may reference me as Billy. But most of the time, like if we're at an event or in the public, it'll be more along the lines like, "Are you the Trainer Club?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." So yeah, most of the time it's the Trainer Club. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much like it's like an artist name for you now. It's kind of like
I guess, yeah.
I think of a Chico. Who's a good artist that just goes by one name or like a name?
Doja Cat. I don't know. I don't know if that's her name.
Yeah, I don't think Doja Cat's her birth name.
That'd be a crazy cool name, man.
Is that there are crazy names, but they're people names. With Billy, it's an organization. It's the Trainer Club. So it's like, hey, the Trainer Club, can you sign sign an autograph for me, please? So yeah, it's kind of. I was wondering how people would call you, because if I saw you, let's say during GoFest, I'd be like, "Hi, the Trainer Club."
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
The Weekend.
Yeah, there, exactly.
There you go.
Just like that.
So Billy, we had some comments from Facebook. One from Adrian saying that he started watching you through because of your excellent throw tutorial. So when you were saying that you were very talented at catching Pokemon, can you tell us about the skill aspect of the game? Because I'm sure you're better than probably most players. But in what way? Like what skills do you have? What skills do you develop, or do you have to develop to be, let's say, legendary at the game?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's multiple aspects of the game, right? But what they're talking about as far as the excellent throw tutorials is these raid bosses that we fight, right? After you beat them, you get a range from like 8 to 16 premier balls, so it's like 16 chances of catching this Pokemon. So there's things that you can do to increase your chances of catching these Pokemon. You can throw a curveball. And so they all have circles, and so like if it's a nice throw, it's an okay chance. The smaller you can get the circle to the excellent throw, which is like the smaller of the smallest circles, increase your catch chances. So my goal is to help people understand how the raid bosses do their attack animations, and when they do their attack animations, that's the optimal time to throw the ball at the Pokemon so that it doesn't do another attack and bat your ball away, which takes away a chance. So it's basically like optimizing people's chances of catching these raid bosses.
I see Markki when he plays, he's so fixated on the screen. I was wondering, like, how much concentration do you really need? I can't understand. Markki, can you tell us just
oh my gosh. Okay. Let me just ask, how was your road to 50?
Oh, it was crazy, man. So truth be told, to get to 47, which is kind of like the roadblock, because I already had all the XP. I already had all the XP before it even got announced. So That's why, like in my tips, I even made a video like I think a year and a half to 2 years ago where I was projecting what level 50 XP would be, and I was short the XP. And in the comments, people are like, "That's never going to happen. Like 150 million XP, like that's too much." And now we're at 176 million XP. So fortunately speaking, I was still following.
Right?
Huh?
Was it at 196?
176 million.
76
From zero, basically, you just started all the way to level 50. Yeah.
Oh, so let's talk about these leveling systems. Growing up on Red and Blue version, I remember, at least for Pokemon, even if you use the rare candy Missingo, I don't know if you ever use Missingo.
we didn't have that.
You can get to level 99. So level 50 seems like a big deal. What are is that the max level right now in the game?
Yeah, it's the max level. It is the max.
And it was
level.
dropped like 10 weeks or so ago, 2 months ago.
It was.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to do the excellent throws? The 999 excellent throws.
Oh yeah. Okay. So back to that. So it level 50 is a hike especially if you're new to the game. I mean, level 40 is a hike to just by itself, but I mean, definitely if like you're looking for XP and stuff, that's like I constantly help try to like program people to like think of efficiency in the game. So as far as that goes, so I went to level 47, and then you have the 8-week time span where it's like you're locked to that 8 weeks. And I really wanted to not spend any money on the rocket radars and do like 50 liters. And so by me doing that, it took me so much longer than if I just had spent the money, because I did the math and it was like $100 worth of rocket radars to beat them all. And I was like, that's cool, but I just wanted to grind for it. So that took me 3 weeks. And if that didn't take me 3 weeks, and if I just would have went efficient as possible, I would have got there a whole lot sooner. But
that's what I did. I bought the radars.
Yeah, did you? So if you buy the radars, like you could do that in like 2 days. Like no problem.
I finished all the way to wherever I needed to be before. I think it was 80. It was 44, 43, 44. Before I needed to get to that week. You had to do like a whole week of catching a Pokemon, or I forgot what it was. Walking 25 kilometers.
The walking 25 kilometers, I think it was.
I completely forgot. It's just all a blur to me because I was like on a race. I wanted to be. I was one of the top 3 to get to level 50 in the Philippines. So I did the 999 excellent throws in like literally 7 hours.
7 hours, nice man.
Like no, I was because I was grinding for Bunnelby at the time. So
nice.
I was really focused on getting that perfect Diggersby. PvP wise, that I got so good at throwing the excellent curve throws, and they were everywhere.
Nice.
So it was just so easy for me, and like I don't know, it was one of those things where everything was just a blur. All of these missions were just like things I needed to do, and I completely just forgot about what I needed to do beforehand. And when Chico was asking me questions about, I was like, go check the trainer club. I don't know what's happening anymore. Just trying to get to 50.
Yeah.
So, from what I gather, because I don't understand all the terminology, but to get to a higher level, you have to do certain challenges, certain objectives in the game. Is that correct, Billy?
Yeah. So after level 40, all the way to level 40 is just XP, 20 million XP.
Experience points, okay.
And then from 41 all the way to 50, you have to have a certain amount of XP. And then you have to complete 4 different challenges for that. And some of them are pretty easy. And then towards the top end tier, some of them are more time consuming and some of them are just more challenging.
Got it. And Markki mentioned that he paid for something that you grinded for, Billy. And Chico will not admit it maybe to the world, but I asked him before when we were in Taiwan on our company trip. I asked him, Chico, have you spent money on Pokemon Go? And he said yes. And I said, how much? And he did not. He refused to give me a number. So Chico, can you tell us about the pay to play app?
Oh, you mean some people spend? Let's just say.
What do you spend on? You can't buy actual Pokemon, right? So what do you actually buy in the game? What do you buy? What tools or what?
No,
maybe.
I mean, I guess right now it's really the raid passes. I mean, like, even before, I mean, like if you really wanted to play and if you're, that's the only thing that I think that it's kind of course, people will disagree with me, but it's kind of a need I mean, unless you're okay with raiding once a day with your free pass, then
Yeah.
that's fine. Good for you. But for people like us, that can't work. You have to do multiple raids in a day. So, yeah, I mean, that's the part that, I mean, with the others, you can skip it, like the clothes. Yeah, you can buy digital clothes for your avatar. And the other
Cosmetic.
And
stuff,
those are paid for too. Like
that's
there are some
fine.
that
That's
are paid
fine.
for.
Yeah, I mean, you can do with your money, I mean, whatever you want, right? But I guess for the actual playing, the only like I don't know essential spending that you need to do is really for the raid pass.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Billy, I have a question about the maybe because you're familiar with all aspects of maybe the leveling system and etc.
Mhm.
First of all, is there a PvP or player versus player aspect in Pokemon Go? Can you battle other trainers? Because you guys are talking about raiding and working as a
Yep.
team, but in the old school games, you go up 1v1 against a gym trainer or just a regular trainer
Sure.
in the game. Is there a thing like that, a PvP aspect to it?
Absolutely, yeah. So that feature is probably like 2 years old or so now.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a Go. It's called Go Battle League, and you can basically get into the Go Battle League, and you can battle other trainers, and it's unanimously just selected of other people's that are about your level, your skill level, and you battle against them. You have 3 Pokemon. That's how the main thing is going, and then there's tournaments through the Silph Road and other things like that. But it seems like most of everybody's battling now has been focused through the Go Battle League in Pokemon Go. So PvP, random selection of 3 Pokemon, and you battle the other person's 3 Pokemon. It's definitely different from the handheld games where it's like you choose your turn, you have 4 moves. It's more of like you're both going at the same time, and then you have 2 shields, and may the best player win.
Okay. And so when you mentioned or when you guys talked about being able to pay for items or pay to maybe help you in the game, is it safe to assume that there's some sort of pay to win aspect to Pokemon Go? Or yeah, because some mobile games do that. Is that a thing? Is it pay to win
Not
or
necessarily paid to win. It's just paid to be able to find, because some of us are into like shiny hunting, some of us are into battling, some of us are into raiding, some of us are into XP grinding. So they're just different aspects of the game. And if you want to be the very best at a certain aspect, there are times that you do need to spend. For example, I focus on egg hatching. I've hatched over 30,000 eggs. So like I focus on buying incubators. So that's a whole different, that's where I focus my money on, because then I
see.
can hatch more Pokemon. Some people want to focus on raiding, so they buy a lot of raid passes. And well, I like to do that too. So everyone just has their own thing, and we respect that, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
I feel like if I were to play my goal in the original handheld game, which I never finished, as their slogan goes, "Gotta catch them all."
Mhm.
But now, I mean, I started when there was 150, 151 if you included Mew. How many Pokemon are there now? I'm sure you all know the answer, but
I don't know the exact number, but it's definitely over 600 right now
It's almost well, in Pokemon Go.
in
or
Pokemon Go.
uh,
Yeah.
in okay, let's talk about the game Pokemon Go. How many are in Pokemon Go?
Anybody got an exact? I think it's like 650,
660.
660.
600. Does anyone in the whole world have all 660 Pokemon that you know of?
Yeah, on the screen.
Oh, Markki's got it.
Oh, you have it. Billy, do you have all
No,
660?
I definitely don't. I don't really care that much about the Pokedex to be equal. Like, I like it, but it's not like my number one goal. I just my YouTube's become my number one goal. Wait, how do you have 660? Oh, you have other one I haven't seen yet. Nice.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No,
I've only seen a total of 656, so I don't think I've seen a couple new regionals.
Yeah. No, I got some people to come over and trade with me, and it's been a lot of fun. So like,
That's
because
awesome.
I have a group of friends online, a fan base that have flown back to the Philippines from their respective countries because of the pandemic, and they were able to bring in these mons, and they've traded
That's
them to me,
amazing.
and I've been very lucky. So
Yeah, Chico was actually telling me when he would go on vacation in wherever part of the world, that there are certain Pokemon exclusive to certain locations. Is that right, Chico? Is that how exclusive you can find Pokemon? Like you have to actually fly somewhere else to get another Pokemon that you can't find in your own country?
Yeah, of course, like some of the earlier ones become available during special events. But in general, yeah, there are certain. It's kind of unfair for people like us in the Philippines where we don't have a special Pokemon for us.
We don't have our own regional.
We don't have
That's
our own
weird.
We have
regional.
Sola,
So,
which is like a regional for just
Yeah.
this, this part of the hemisphere, right?
some countries have regionals just for that country.
Hello, Billy's City. Well, I mean, you're in Miami now, right? You guys
Yep.
have so many regionals in Florida.
We have
4 or 5, right?
Heracross, Maractus, Corsola, I guess you would consider it. I think that's it. 3.
You have Taurus.
Nah, Taurus doesn't spawn down here.
It doesn't. Oh, okay.
It was just crazy. I always thought it did too, and I came down and it's even further north in Florida too, and I was like, what is going on? Everyone was like, oh, Taurus is rare, and I was like, what do you mean Taurus is rare? Like, because I'm in like the U.S., but it doesn't spawn below a certain like latitude line, and then Heracross spawns.
That's pretty insane. That how specific it is when it comes to geography, when it comes to the game. I guess that's what makes the game so engaging for players when they go to different countries. Speaking of Billy, Chico and Markki, I don't know. I know you just met Chico today, but they actually went to, was it Taiwan, Chico, Markki? They went literally just to go catch Pokemon and then had to come back to work the next day.
Nice.
Have you
On the
ever?
same day. On the same day.
Hey. Yo,
We
that's
were there
intense.
for less than 24 hours.
Wow.
So Billy, my question is: have you gone? Where's the farthest that you've gone to go to a Pokemon event, or where's the farthest you've flown, or the craziest thing you've done to travel to get a Pokemon?
It definitely been Tokyo, where I met Markki.
That's where I met Billy in a Pokemon Center.
Yeah, in the
And we
Pokemon
had a
Center.
photo together. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's the Tokyo story? What's the story behind that? What makes it your most memorable or most
Go fast.
Yeah, so there was GoFest. So GoFest are basically big events that they hold in person. They did Chicago. Chicago was the first one. Chicago was like every year. Chicago was the like U.S. based one, which makes sense because it's centralized, big airports. And then they added in Tokyo as well. And then Tokyo
That's our photo
2018.
together. Oh wait,
Yeah.
nowhere to go. Yeah, that was our photo together.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's legit. That was a lot of fun.
How many people attend these kinds of events? What's it? GoFest, for example, GoFest, the one you went to in Tokyo. How many people do you? I mean, give or take.
Was it like 10,000 a day?
10,000.
So many people. Yeah, there are a lot of
10,000
people who
per
play.
day. And they did it for what, like 6 or 7 days? It was all
and they
free
had to
though,
have-
too, right?
Yeah, and they had to have multiple areas.
Yeah, the
Right,
big
so
parks.
they're-
They were definitely way small. Like Chicago, even I've talked to a lot of other people that were fortunate to be in the YouTube game longer than me and have traveled to way other different, Germany and other events. And they said that Chicago is by far like one of the best events just because
I've
of
heard.
the space, the amount of different regions are set up. Like in Yokohama, I was really surprised because it's we're in Japan, and obviously Pokemon is Japanese by nature, and like the event spaces were very, very condensed.
They were
in compared
small,
to Chicago.
no?
Very small. I was super surprised about that, but there were 3 different ones. You could go to any of them, and the third one that we went to was the best. But going from Chicago and then going to Tokyo, expecting so much, like I felt like it was going to be like this enhanced experience because, dude, people in Tokyo are like gung-ho Pokemon. Like I've never experienced so many people on the streets playing Pokemon, like from grandmas to like little kids, like everybody's playing like all times of the day. And the event experience was just a little bit not as what I was expecting when I've been to Chicago so many times.
I guess maybe because it was there first, right? Because Chicago had done it before.
And to be fair, Chicago has a much more open, like Tokyo is very condensed, right? And Chicago just has this massive open park that's like super set up for all that type of event space. So I don't know if Tokyo has that type of layout.
Although I think Tokyo has that. We were in Yokohama,
Right. Yeah. True.
Because
True.
like
We were in Yokohama.
I was able to hang out in Tokyo for a while. I actually did Ralph's Community Day in one of the parks there, and I
Did
was
you
like,
do
"Hey,
Ueno
what?"
Park?
Yeah, I think there was a sneasel nest at the time, so
Oh,
that's why
okay.
I
You
was
did
like
that one.
spending
Nice.
because that was when it started. The shiny sneasel came out at the
Yep.
time at that
Mhm.
time, so that's where when I took Reversal and Zoe into the park to show them where to get the sneasel.
Is that where we were doing pull-ups?
Yeah, I was with you then too, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, you were there too.
Yeah.
And yeah, Zoe was doing all sorts of splits and stuff. These
Yeah.
are other YouTubers. Sorry,
Other YouTubers.
it was just a lot of fun hanging out with these guys.
I'm
Uh,
sure.
I miss
So,
going on trips.
So Billy, you talk about in your videos, your most popular videos rather on YouTube are about maybe how to catch Pokemon. You know, the you were talking about the tips how to do it. But do you produce any other kind of content on your channel that that other people might enjoy? Do you have a vlog? Because you're talking about a vlog. So is there like a vlog aspect to your when you go to travel? Do you film things outside of Pokemon Go, or is it strictly Pokemon Go related?
On my
content?
channel, it's strictly Pokemon Go for sure. So if I do travel places or if there's event stuff going on, like I'm not a vlog based channel, like I'm tips based, but I do try to vlog and do like obviously I integrate my tips into the vlogs, but yeah. So when we travel, I try to show off things and other things like that because it's cool experiences and not everybody is able to do that. So when I was in Yokohama, that's like what put my vlog scene for my channel, like people started to watch it a little bit more when I was in Tokyo because, that's something that everybody over here doesn't get to see. So
Cool. Chico and Markki, they're on our morning program called The Morning Rush, and they have a huge fan base called the Rushers. And there was a time, pre-pandemic when we would invite rushers they would invite rushers to join them on these raids. So maybe Billy, so that you can see what the Pokemon community is like here in the Philippines. Chico, Markki, do you have any cool stories or any something about the Philippine Pokemon Go community? Maybe do they do things differently? Because, for example, I'm trying to think of, let's say, Filipinos are known for playing basketball, but they have like a very weird style when they play. Like they'll be really aggressive. They'll throw elbows at you. Do Pokemon Go players in the Philippines play different? Do they do different tricks or methods, or is it all universal? here?
Chico, you answer that question. I'm gonna be quiet for this one.
Well, yeah, we I don't know if other countries have it, but I guess one very Filipino thing that we do here is we call it van raids. So basically, a group of people, sometimes friends, sometimes complete strangers, will get together, hire a van, just to go around, the city. Like going from
This
from
is
gym to gym, and
Yes.
just catching
pre-remote
Pokemon.
raid passes. Yeah.
And
So-
just to make it clear, we don't condone you getting into vans with strangers unless it's with Chico and with Markki, right? That's
Oh no, I mean like usually like you set it up in your community, your local community. So,
Yeah, each of the
let's say-
cities have their own chat groups, right? On
Mm.
Facebook, and that's where
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
And-
because Facebook is really huge here, Billy. Like Facebook it's like there are groups for everything. In
Okay.
the States, I know that Facebook has kind of maybe taken a backseat to, let's say, Twitter and TikTok. But are Facebook groups still a big thing in the Pokemon community there in Florida or just in the United States?
yeah, I would say yes, but more. It seems like it's driven more towards Discord.
Discord,
Yeah. A lot more people in the U.S. communicate through Discord. There are Facebook groups, and there's also like select group me as well. That's what we did in Atlanta. Everybody did through a group me, but there are Facebook groups as well. And it seems like over here, like the Facebook groups for the U.S. is more of just like asking random questions. It's less about like coordinating different things as you guys are talking about. So it's more of just like a show off trophy room.
I see. Because Discord is really it's a big thing, especially for gamers.
Yeah.
For gaming, yeah. Is there a streaming element to Pokemon Go? Are there Pokemon Go streamers who live stream their Pokemon Go career? Is that a thing, Billy?
Yeah.
On Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch. People live stream on Twitch. I live stream like every Tuesday from 6 to 7 on my YouTube channel. I go out and play Spotlight Hour, which is an event. So, yeah, people definitely live stream. I would say that most of it isn't their whole journey. Most other people are posting most of their journey to YouTube videos. But with the current situation and a lot of people having less travel abilities, there have been a lot more people that have pushed into the Twitch arena. And then obviously like the people that do the PvP player versus player that we talked about, a lot of them do stream most of that. And then we'll also add YouTube videos on top.
Nice.
So,
nice.
JC, I see a question here from Kevin San Diego. He's
Absolutely.
asking, Billy, what's your most prized Pokemon in your collection?
Ooh, my most prized Pokemon? I would probably say it's my Shundo Articuno. Just because I caught it from a raid on a live stream. And like it was weather boosted, and I didn't know, like I didn't know that was the exact 100% IV because I never get weather boosted Articunos. So obviously I make all the graphics and everything, and I was like 2179. I was like, man, that number seems really familiar. Like it triggered something, but I wasn't positive. And it was on a live stream during Abra Community Day or something like that. So that was bananas. And I almost missed the raid. I literally got into the raid with there was 8 or 7 seconds left on the clock when it put me into the raid. So I like just hit it at 10-second mark, and it was just bananas.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about you answer the questions too, Chico, Markki? Your favorite
Has
Pokemon?
so many Shundos. I think he has a Shundo Zapdos, a Shundo Tyranitar with I don't know. What are your Shundos, Chico?
Yeah, those and Mawile and
Gallade, Gardevoir.
Gardevoir.
From Comday or from trades?
Those were from
Comday.
Comdays. Those
Okay.
were from
the
Comdays.
same lure. The same lure.
What?
They were right next to each other. Yeah,
Bro. That's insane.
they were right next to each other.
Yo, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Chico's been lucky with his shinies. Well, I got one today. My second Lushundo, which is Lucky Shundo. I just got this from a trade.
Mm-hmm. What is that, Markki?
Gigalith. It's a Gigalith Shundo.
Gigalith.
Yeah. That one's
Cool.
super pretty. So if anybody doesn't know that's not on here that doesn't play Pokemon Go, that like a shiny is a color variation that's very rare. There's only like a very small % chance that you're going to get that. 100% IV Pokemon also has a really rare chance that you get that. And if it's in the wild, it's even rarer of a chance. So you combine all those rare chances, like the ultra rare of the rare Pokemon. Com days are like some of the top ways to be able to get them, and lucky trades are the top ways. But the reason why, like for my raid one, I did a video on it. Like there's a lot less of a chance of a raid one, the shiny and com day. Not to diminish the fact that they're amazing Pokemon, but there's just rarer chances of you getting specific Pokemon in specific ways. And so like leveraging trades, and a lucky trade is like you're guaranteed to get a pretty good.
That's true. That's true.
Raid
So
with
the
different
lucky
stats.
trades are much higher. It's a higher chance.
Yeah.
To get
So lucky trade is like your best friends. You've interacted for 90 days. Then you were keeping on interacting. Then you hit a lucky, and then lucky means you get a chance to swap a Pokemon with a really good IV potential. So how good that Pokemon can be in the game.
Wow. So it's in from the trading card days, everyone in my school when I was growing up, they loved the shiny cards. So in a way it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah, it's like the holographic card. You got the super rare, right?
Okay, cool.
And then if you were to take it to appraisals, right? Like you get the holographic card, and let's say it's a PSA 10. That's like a shiny 100% IV like Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Okay, so let's talk about the trading aspect of Pokemon, because that's always been a big thing in the games, and it's even trading cards, right? That's why they're called trading cards. First of all, let's talk about the trading aspect. How do you trade with other players? Is it just via Wi-Fi? And also, what is the benefit of trading with other players? I think you mentioned a few, but just for the noobs like me, how does trading work?
Trading works, you have to be in the vicinity of that person. So there's not really remote trading. So you can't, like, I can't trade with Markki right now. It's usually, I don't know what the exact distance is off the top of my head, but it's relatively close.
Now
So
it's really close. But there are
Yeah.
times that they do 40 kilometers.
Yeah. So
Like,
there's times that they'll expand it to 40 kilometers, like 30-ish miles or so. So, but for the most part, it's like hey, Chico or Markki, let's go trade. Let's meet at this place and we'll go trade if that's what's going to happen. Or if we have a lucky trade, it's like, hey, let's go meet. We'll play Pokemon and we'll trade, right? So that's kind of how it goes. Or you could just do like a drive-by trade where you know where the person lives. You pull up to the front of their house and they jump in a lucky trade and then you just leave.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about are there players that have paid for Pokemon? Because trading cards, Pokemon cards, shiny holographic cards, they are up on eBay. Well, in the US they use eBay. These bidding platforms where people can actually buy trading cards. Is that a thing in Pokemon Go? Can you pay another player, hey, I want Chico shiny, I want Markki's ultra rare Pokemon?
I mean, sure, but I don't think that most of the time, like for me personally, like I'm not paying for shinies. What happens for the most part is you leverage. You have a good shiny that's rare. They have a good shiny that's rare, and then you swap those trades and you leverage it like that. For the most part, there is online people that do purchase shinies, but you can't like for the most part buy the shiny. Like you'll buy the account that has the shiny on it, which
normally
is not really what most people do.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Okay. Cool.
Billy, there is someone who wants to ask you maybe a couple of questions. This guy's the first person to get to level 50 in the Philippines. He's a mystic.
Okay. Sweet.
And I sent him the link. He'll probably come in and join and say hello if that's okay.
Totally.
To have a little audience participation.
Yeah.
Sweet.
His name is Roel. And Tweet Biscuit, he's a legend. He's also a really good PvP player. So while we wait,
While we wait. Okay, cool. So when he's gonna ask some questions, right?
Yeah.
When he,
maybe one question or two.
Okay, great. So in the meantime, I want to talk to all three of you because Billy, you're in Florida, Markki, Chico here in Metro Manila. The pandemic was a big hit, I'm sure, to augmented reality gaming. Walking around and getting some sunshine was a huge part of Pokemon Go. So what is the situation? Let's start with Billy. What's it like in Florida? I mean, what are the restrictions? Is it safe to go out and play? I mean, how are you dealing with maybe the restrictions now and your addiction to the game and wanting to go play, but of course you got to go out, you can't go out, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. As far as all the places that I lived in, Oregon, Illinois, Florida, there's never really restrictions of going out outside. Most of the restrictions are being indoors, and then you have to wear a mask. So beyond that, it honestly hasn't impacted my gameplay that much. International travel's obviously been impacted, but fortunately speaking, that Pokemon Go is not like an indoor big crowd type game. I've been pretty fortunate to be able to continue to just play it pretty normally throughout the whole time.
Great. Chico, Markki, I know you live within proximity of each other around Eastwood. That's normally where you meet up. But what's it like here? Because I don't go out and play. So what's the Pokemon Go scene like here?
Well,
Go, Chico.
like usually, it really depends on the ebbs and like it flows like the tide. Some months you're free to go around. At the start of the pandemic, not really. I guess that's one of the problems of Pokemon Go, because some countries people are free to walk around while some countries can't really go around. So when you have an event, there are countries that are saying, why are you making us walk around? We can't go outside of our houses. And then there are countries that are like, yay, we've got an event. We can walk around as much as we want. So that might be a little bit of a problem because it depends on how bad the pandemic is in the area that you are living in. So it really depends per country, per area.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For Chico and I, we've been lucky because our community, our Eastwood community, is very close knit. So we usually play together. We're obviously socially distant, but it's such a small circle. We have a small area where we can play, but it's so concentrated. There's so many gyms. There's like 8 gyms and like various Pokestops and lots of spawn points. So we can easily just play from the comforts of our own house as well. We usually just meet during calm day. So like we have our own little system to
Little
make
bubble.
it work. But the problem is we can't really talk to a lot of people from other cities too much because, well, we want to we want to stay as far away from too many people as possible, right?
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Well, we're coming to almost the end, which I want to give the floor to Chico and Markki because you are the Pokemon, expert, or you're the Pokemon addicts here, and Billy's here, and I know that you are big fans of his channel. Do you have questions that you would like to ask him regarding the game or just in Pokemon in general?
I'm sure Chico has a question.
I have a question for Billy.
let's go.
Yeah, not so much about Pokemon, but
Cool.
have you always talked that fast? So, like, at the end of his videos, he always have this like really long sentence that he says really, really, really fast, and he goes, peace. Do you take multiple takes of that because it sounds amazing? Like I don't know, I try to imitate it sometimes, but I can't do it. It's just too fast.
To be honest with you, like as I'm talking here, I don't really talk that fast in general. When I do my videos, I realize that sometimes the topics that we're talking about, and I'm giving you numbers and stuff like that, can get a little bit boring. So in order for me to enhance some of the boring content that I think is impactful to everybody's gameplay, I just put a little bit more energy and slightly more speed into the content. But as far as the ending, usually I don't take a second take on that one. I don't know. I've been doing it for so long that it's like, yeah.
All right. So this guy is from Pangasinan. He's actually in a different region, different province, like a state. And
So-
he's trying to reach level 50 in the Philippines, and maybe he has a couple of questions for you. This is
Awesome.
Roel. Say hi to Roel.
Roel, what's up,
Hello, guys.
man?
Hello. So,
Yeah,
go Billy. So, do you play GBL or do you still play?
I play a little bit, not that much right now. To be honest with you, like a lot of people ask me that question, and a lot of like my time is concentrated around making content. And Go Battle League is one of the things that has slidden off a little bit for me. But this season, I'm trying to commit myself to do at least 1 to 2 sets per day to be able to like at least get better at that system. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So, what's your best team as of now?
My best team.
Yes.
Dude, honestly, like it shifts up, but I'm running Shadow Lapras and Hypno, and then I'll change the back
Nice
end of
combination.
that. Yeah, because I got like I think I have like a rank 100 or so Lapras, and then a rank 3 Hypno. The only problem with Hypno is the
nice.
confusion move. Like I really like to get like spammier and charge to the specials faster, but the Hypno is like a challenge for me to play with. So that's why I'm just trying to get more comfortable with those slower, harder hitting, quick moves.
Yes.
Yeah. How about
What about you, man? What's your team?
What's your team?
For now, I'm using Skarmory, G-Fist, and Jellicent.
Nice.
Hey,
That
that's a
jealous.
good
Jellicent at the
team.
back. Yes.
That Jellicent is a beast. Whenever
I know. I get matched up with it the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, I need one of these."
Yeah,
Yes.
my problem is well, I'm actually using Talonflame. It's so freaking
Oh, yeah.
strong. And whenever I'm matched up with Jellicent, I know that it's it's the end for me. But I just Brave Bird. I try to get to Brave Bird as quick as possible. And I have a nice 100 rank rank 1 Hypno and rank 1 Dugong. So I use Dugong a lot as well.
Yes.
It's a little bit harder to use nowadays because there's so many counters. But
Yes.
yeah.
Especially Medicham.
Yeah, Medichamp is like top 1 now, right? Sorry, we're talking about
Royal, since we have you here, I have a question for you. How big
Oh, yeah.
has Billy? How big has the trainer club been for you? As you were the first to reach level 50, as Markki said. Has Billy's channel really propelled you into I'd say one of the top trainers here in the Philippines?
Yes. So I watch Trainer Cubs YouTube actually via YouTube. So I watch his videos for prepping events like Community Day, like that. So every time I watch him, so I do every steps he says. So there.
So you learned a lot. All right. Well,
Yeah, from
Billy,
community
do
days.
you want to say anything to him, Roel, before we come to the close of the show? I'm sure you speak for a lot of the Pokemon Go trainers here in the Philippines. What would you like to say to Billy?
Actually, I would like to thank him because many players watch his videos for. Actually, they help. Hey, he helped other trainers to keep playing and also prepping other community days or events in the Pokemon Go.
Got it,
So
guys. Thank
really
you,
big
Roel.
help.
Thank
Appreciate
you
you
for
being here,
joining
man.
us.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank
Roel.
you
Thank
so
you.
much, Free Biscuit, Lodi.
All right, and of course, Chico, Markki. What would you like to say to Billy and any Pokemon? I don't know if you have any Pokemon sayings. I don't know. I don't know what you guys say. How you guys talk. Is there anything
Here
that you want
we go.
Oh
Yeah,
well, yeah.
man.
Just but thank you. I think a lot of people who like are too lazy to research about what's going on. The easiest way, really, per event is to watch YouTubers like Billy here, and it's really a big help. And it's like because sometimes you realize this is what I should have done. Oh, I should have done that. Too bad I didn't maximize the event. So YouTubers like Billy help us out. Like stuff that we may not have known, tells us what to do, how to prepare. And I love how, like, if you watch it in advance, he tells you, okay, you've got a week, 2 weeks before to go. You should be saving up your ultra balls. You should be doing this, doing that, if it needs preparation. So
Something I learned today from
yeah,
Billy was storage management. Like watching it and tagging, that's something I'd never actually got into. So I learned that from you today. And it's good to watch various YouTube channels as well.
100%.
The Trainer Club is an awesome channel. But try to watch as many different channels for PvP. There's Kang's amazing, and yeah, a lot of the other ones like um, there are a lot of really really good ones. Poke AK, and all of them have their specialties. So if you want a full range of understanding, go to the Trainer Club because he is probably the best out there for me and well Chico. We've learned so
Yeah.
much from him.
And I'm seeing the comments on Facebook. There's so many listeners here on the Monster Billy that are hyping up the Trainer Club. They say they always watch your channel. I mean, you can just scroll through the comments and see. So, Billy, to your fans here in the Philippines, what
Yeah.
would you like to say to them? And of course, to all the new fans that you've probably gained during this interview, whether they saw you here on Facebook or listen to us on air. Please tell them where they can find your channel and anything that you have. Your next few projects, your next few videos that you'd like to tell our fellow monsters about.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you guys want to check out my channel, it's just the Trainer Club on YouTube. You can just search it, start typing it. I'm sure it's going to pop up. I put out a video a day. So yeah, we stay after the content as much as possible. And I feel super lucky to be able to be here. Every time I get to travel or go any place, I mean, even outside of my state, and I have the fortunate, situation to meet people from different areas, and then they know me or I've made an impact in their life. It's always super special for me to just like realize that that I've been able to create something and provide so much value to people and help them out so much that's just super, super awesome for me. And that's like my goal is to just provide value to everybody that I can. And so I just want to say thank you for everybody that does watch and supports me.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll always have a home here in the Philippines if ever you come visit. Markki Chico will take you on raids. I'm sure they will, and we'd love to have you at the station. And I'm sure you
Yeah.
you have fans here in the Philippines that
Man.
would love.
Man, Trainer Tips is from the Philippines. Well, he's half Filipino.
Yeah.
So he came and guested. He's come and visited. Brandon Tan's come to visit. We've taken him
Nice.
on a monster van raid. You should come when everything is fine again. We'll
Back
take
to
you on
normal.
Totally.
a
I'm going to put that on my
monster
list,
van
man. Yeah. You guys just
Yeah,
put the
come
Philippines on the
visit.
map for me.
There we go. So, Billy, anyone you want to say hello to? I'm sure. I mean, it's 10 in the morning, or almost 11 in the morning there. But I'm sure there are people who are watching you from the States as well, or people who are Trainer Club subscribers that are listening on air. Or maybe you want to say hello to anybody in particular? Any shout outs, as they say?
Sure, man. I'll shout out to these dudes, Markki for giving me the opportunity of reaching out. I mean, blessed that we were able to like meet each other, 2019 August in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And here we are almost, 2 years later doing this interview. So that's really cool. And then obviously, like, I just appreciative of everybody that chooses to subscribe or just watch my videos. And then all of the, the people that take their subscription, like I say, on my end of my videos to the next level, that either, drop comments, leave likes. All the Patreons are amazing. And then the ability of, our Discord to just grow. If you guys do need a Discord for international raids, it's discord.gg/thetrainerclub. And then we've been fortunate enough to like create groups for people, like 50 people, and they can all converse with each other and rank up. So it's a pretty cool, complex, like little organism that has morphed from just giving me a space to be able to communicate with just Patreons. And it's grown into this like 80,000 plus people Discord.
Oh, wow. Hey,
That's
I want to
awesome.
join that. I'm going to be part of that.
Well, Billy, thank you very, very much for joining us. Chico, Markki, thank you for also helping me through the Pokemon jargon here. Thank you so much. Catch us again next week for more hot conversations here on Heard on Thursdays. My name is JC Tevis, and always keep it locked in right here on The Monster. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Night, everyone.
Appreciate you guys.
See you at 6 a.m.